G4.
Yeah,
G4?
I'll let you guys start this because this was the shit show.
What's
you
there
guys
to
wanna start.
start?
Yeah,
The
so, I
plug's
mean-
been pulled. They
Again,
weren't pulling in the
again,
viewership.
again.
It was just another failing thing. They were stuck in the past, and they couldn't. I guess they couldn't find their footing, and they just tried doing the same stuff they did before. But we already have these days so many other options to get the kind of information that we used to get from G4.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really work anymore.
Yeah.
It was doomed to fail from like second conception.
I agree. It's so weird because it's like, what new analysis on the business logistics, on the business model of game themed or related streaming did you think you had that the other people who had a channel that went on for years wouldn't have had? Because like you're assuming they failed because of mismanagement. And yeah, management might not have been perfect, but no, like the model was moving away from that. Like I think at a certain point, like the people who own G4 had to like throw money into it to keep it going, which already means your model's unsustainable. You know what I mean? So it's like, again, it was like one of those things where like the G4 as it was a relic of a bygone era. Unfortunately, everyone's doing that now. They either have their own Twitch channel or they have a YouTube channel.
It was just Game Journalism, the TV show.
Network.
That's all it was.
And like, could it have been possible to make it work? Yes. But the amount, maybe, I think it would have, but the amount of talent and effort would have taken, I would have been like, why? Like, all of that, most of that talent and effort would have been best spent somewhere else. Like, what would you even want? What would a functioning G4 even look like in this day and age? You know what I mean? Like,
it would actually look like a TikTok channel.
Well, no, but there are channels that already basically do that. Like, kind of funny.
Does have a TikTok. And also, to be fair, Kevin Pereira, I don't know if you guys had followed his career after G4, but he had recreated, essentially, G4 that had existed. I can't remember the exact name of it. But I used to, pop in and out of the streams, but they would have similar streams to G4 in a similar format that was like there, and they had gone on for years. And so they had brought him in, I think, thinking that he would be able to help out a lot.
Kind of like transfer over.
But I don't think they had him in a management position. They just had him in to do one specific job.
Yeah.
They also,
that's weird.
Yeah. So like the thing is like I really don't know what they were thinking. I'm sure they could have done this and made it, affordable, but they wouldn't have been able to have the talent that they had. And so the thing about Kevin Pereira is when he was doing it, he brought in a bunch of nobodies and then just kind of grew it from the ground up.
Yeah.
And a lot of like interns and stuff, and that's what G4 did, really.
That's what Roster Teeth did. That's what Kind of Funny did. That's what Funhouse did. That's what all of the channels that did things that were even slightly similar. Did that. And they still had their struggles, but they grew it organically. Like starting something like this from the top down. Oh boy, that's a tall ask. And like, what new niche are you filling in a super saturated market that wasn't already being done by somebody?
I mean, it's difficult. Like I don't think you it's like you bring back two of the previous cast of G4, right? And you like what were they? I mean, what would they accomplish out of that too? It's like you have people stop by, and mind you, they aren't even there all the time. They're just there some of the time, part of the time. You know what I mean? It just didn't seem like it made any sense. I'm not sure what everyone knew that straight from the beginning that it was doomed to fail.
But any criticism that people like leveraged against G4 was met with hostility. Like straight up, if you don't like it, don't watch it, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
and August is muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Might have had. Oh, sorry.
You're good. You're good now.
I'm good now. Okay.
You're good now. Yeah.
But yeah, They were met with hostility.
So that you're talking about like the whole Frost incident.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Any kind of criticism was just like dismissed and be like, whatever.
I don't know. I think that's a back and forth, and I think people who don't like hearing their criticism criticized use that as a blanket against criticism. It's like, yes, criticism is allowed, but when you're criticizing something for a reason you shouldn't be criticizing it for, I do have to question what the fuck you're doing. But like, if you're criticizing on topic, criticize away. But
yeah,
some people,
they're professionals.
some people use
you don't react like that as a professional.
I mean,
you don't feed into like that kind of shit.
She might have made some good points.
Look,
That's all I'm saying.
I will say, look here, and I think I was talking to August about this before the stream, and so I know somebody who had applied for a job at G4. I had told you about this, Quintessence. I think I did.
I don't think so.
So I know somebody who applied for a job at G4, and they went in, and essentially they wanted to use their sort of their minority, their position, and their as an influencer, as a minority, as like sort of to sensationalize and gain attention. And because of that, they decided not to work with them.
Yeah.
So
good move.
So the point I'm trying to make here is, yes, they were probably doing that on purpose. Yes, they were probably trying to gain attention that way. But also, were they also making good points? Probably yes. I don't think that they were really saying anything that was too crazy. Do I think that, people might have been offended by this person being angry or felt like they were being blamed by this person? Maybe, but really you're not. It's okay for other people to, I'm not saying you in particular, but people may feel like they're being blamed. I don't think that was the case. I think that she's just trying to say, when you have so many different voices coming at you from like, you're like, imagine if it was just me on screen and I'm just talking to people and everyone's like, oh, you're this, you're that, and it's like, you have a lot of opinions. Like, we get comments on our YouTube videos about how, I don't know, they're mad that we don't like the first episode. I didn't like the first episode of Gundam Mercury, which from Mercury, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
like
people taking personal offense to things that aren't directed at them is like internet 101, and it's insane because it's like, I wasn't, I get you.
It's my opinion. You don't want to feed the trolls, right?
But sometimes you guys,
they're trying to say that stuff to get like a rise out of you.
But sometimes you're getting paid to feed the trolls. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
It's yeah.
And sometimes you have to address a group at large. You know what I mean? Like, stop. Like, don't take offense to something that's not specifically. It's about the overall. Like, a comment to the universe is not something you specifically need to get offended about every time.
Yeah, I don't think. Basically, I don't think she has her valid points. Because she's angry about that doesn't make her. I don't think that makes her wrong. I don't think that makes her a jerk, because we all don't really know her at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could be a great person. I don't know. I'm not gonna judge her off her own sort of pent up anger about something.
It did get.
I mean, I've watched her for years when she was like doing like commentary and stuff, casting for like League of Legends games and stuff like that, because she was always part of like the after game like reviews and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
she's always kept like kind of she's always been pretty chill for the most part.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, her.
So it was just out of character to just kind of like snap like that.
Yeah. Her take was definitely hot. Did she make some good points? Maybe.
It was
but,
spicy.
I mean, at the end of the day, G4 probably was always doomed because it was a shit business model.
Even without her comments, like thinking it maybe a little bit faster.
I don't even think that her comments did it. I think
doomed.
It was always doomed.
Bro,
like, unless,
and that's the thing. I'm sorry. Like she might have gotten more hate. She might have gotten a lot of hate because of it, but also the reason why she got visibility, but she's also probably speaking some facts, and that's why people were mad about it, because it's like, it's like it touched a point where it's like, yeah, maybe people do feel that way. That's why they're mad at her. I don't know.
They like, as I said, I'm not trying to like quote the Bible, but like I've heard a thing said about the Bible. It's like they hate you if you speak the truth, bro. They hate you when you're speaking the truth. Just say it. But yeah, it's like one of those things where like, yeah, it's
just
I
offensive.
don't know, like they shoot a lot of times the messenger shot whether or not he was correct or not,
or just really loud and being a jerk.
That too, but again,
I don't know. Yeah,
the louder the messenger.
I think both sides were just being jerks. I don't know.
I really don't think. Look, I'm saying like G4 intentionally gave her, like, nobody was stopping her. It's not like G4's like,
yeah, for
no,
sure.
don't have the platform.
Why would they? Why would they stop her? She made a reasonable point. She was loud about it. And like, do we punish people being loud nowadays? I think that's going too far. Well, I mean,
no, we literally do.
But depends on what they're being loud about. But yes,
Kanye.
Conversation. Yeah.
Yeah, Kanye is very loud lately.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I mean, but what is he saying?
Don't worry. Exactly. Did you see that? Did you see that video I posted about how somebody took Elon Musk's tweet and they put it like Dio Kaiser Neko, like the guy from Team 4-Star.
No.
He's I believe he's the voice for Trunks and another character, but anyway, doesn't matter. He put a footage of Char Aznable, like in a footage, and then under it he put the quote of Elon Musk, and then he did a voiceover of Char Aznable reading Elon Musk's tweet, and it fits so well. It's amazing.
Okay,
so if you go,
Elon's the next Char.
If you guys go,
the uninformed, who is Char Aznable?
Char Aznable is
the antagonist.
Is it from Gundam?
Antagonist from Gundam. Yeah, he essentially, he's the representative of like the warring other party. And I say antagonist in quotation marks because of course in Gundam they like to blur the lines and all that, and realistically he's just kind of just
Zeon
doing
bad.
Kinda, yeah.
Lately he's been he's been not the greatest. I don't want to be impolite.
August, we're talking about Elon or talking about
Char Aznable?
No.
Char Aznable.
Char Aznable and the Zeon Federation.
But anyway, if you read them both together, if you read Char Aznable or with Char Aznable talking and him doing the voiceover, it's amazing. Go check it out. It's on my Twitter page if you guys
I'll have to check it out then.
What's next up on the docket, man?
Hold on. So just to say, G4 died. I feel bad, but it is the least surprising of anything. Right?
I don't really care. Like, I have so many YouTube like channels and stuff like that. I used to keep up with all this stuff. G4 literally served no purpose.
No one is surprised.
Not anymore. I mean, I'm just saying, like, there are so many shows that do look, let's face it, G4 is the prototype. Without G4, we may not have had all of these other successful channels. Like, we wouldn't have had IGN, we wouldn't have had like Screw Attack, we might not have had Mega 64, we may not, so on and so forth. And so many people, not only that, but when you listen to all of these people from these channels that we love now that have millions of followers, a lot of them originally started working at G4. A lot of those people moved on and started working at Rooster Teeth, that started running Rooster Teeth, that started running Funhouse, that started, Bruce, what's his name? The guy from Funhouse? Bruce, it's fine.
Is it Ask Bruce? No,
it doesn't matter. But anyway, he originally worked at G4.
He's on channel now. Yeah.
Even Chris Hardwick used to work at G4. Olivia Munn.
Who's an actress now.
Who's an actress now. So many people that were really, really good. But
Well,
anyway,
the thing is, right? They take like 30 minutes to give us information that now we just digest in like 5 minutes from
Yeah.
somewhere else.
And that is kind of the problem with journalism in the media age. G4 was just in the middle, but now they're outdated again. So it's like, why? Like,
Yeah.
unless you're going to be the next SNL, which maybe they could have turned into that. I don't know what we're doing here.
that's seems like a stretch.
I don't know. I don't think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I still understand how SNL is still around. Someone explain that to me, please. I don't get it. I mean, granted, I guess you can go to watch celebrities do stuff, but
I mean,
anyway, that's neither here nor there.
The SNL only exists for people that I don't know.
Dude,
It's like a springboard into other comedic fields.
I'm not unconvinced. I'm not unconvinced. Lorne Michaels is
like Grandfather.
No, he's a lich, and having the show on TV keeps him alive.